We have had nothing but rain for 6 days and there's more on the way. You need to know what I'm about to share with you. Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavi Central Guinea Pig Rescue. Hi everyone, I wanted to have a quick word about respiratory infections. We have had loads of rain in recent days and there's more to come, and I'm getting a lot of phone calls and a lot of people in our group contacting and reaching out wondering if their guinea pig is unwell. So respiratory infections are around, and we find this at every change of season when conditions change with the weather, and that is for both indoor and outdoor guinea pigs. Interestingly, they both seem to get them, so something to be mindful of. But with this time of year, we have had so much rain, it puts a lot of humidity into the air as well as damp. The temperatures change, everything fluctuates from where it was a week ago. So bear in mind that your guinea pigs can become unwell really quite quickly, and it's important to stay on top of that and react very fast. So firstly, what is a respiratory infection? Let's take a listen to this little piggy. Okay, so now that you've heard the sound, if you recognize a difference in your guinea pig, hopefully you can pick up on it very quickly too. The first thing you need to do is contact a vet and get a vet appointment, because you're going to need antibiotics to treat this. Signs that your guinea pig are unwell can also seem like they're not as active, they're hiding away more, they may have not eaten as much food, you're seeing less of them, they're making less noise. All these little indicators can also tell you they're not quite feeling as they should do. So now that you've got your vet appointment, you'll take your guinea pig to see the vet, and they will be able to listen with a stethoscope and hear the noise themselves. The result of this will be a course of antibiotics. The ones that are most commonly provided here are known as Enratril, and its other name is Baytril. So that's the first line of defense really with a respiratory infection for guinea pigs. The second antibiotic is Trimethoprim, which is quite a mouthful, and in years gone by it was more commonly known as Bactrim, or more recently in the last few years, Septrim. So sometimes these antibiotics take on different names over time, but they are in fact the same medication. But by using both of these antibiotics, we're finding success in getting on top of these respiratory infections. So bear in mind that your first vet visit may involve a second visit to go back. So that raises the question, how do you know an antibiotic is working? Within 24 hours of administering an antibiotic, generally you will see an improvement. And that will consist of the animal starting to move around more, maybe eating a little bit more, a few observations that you can see that they're making an improvement. If this is the case, you continue on that path with that antibiotic. However, if you are not seeing a change or an improvement, please go back to your vet, and they will then be able to prescribe the second antibiotic to be used in conjunction with the first. Vets may also want to administer fluids to your guinea pig, and they usually do that when the guinea pig has not been eating or drinking for a while and they are starting to show signs of dehydration. They just don't have the energy to actually take on board the food and liquid that they need. So subcutaneous fluid can be given. My recommendation is only do this if the guinea pig is really lethargic, because if they're able to take these orally and you can give them this to drink, which is effectively water, they can actually take that in easily. But guinea pigs that are extremely unwell or have stopped wanting to eat because they're finding it difficult enough to breathe, they need to be given subcutaneous fluids, which will help them enormously. The primary reason it's given is actually to keep their major organs functioning, and without that, the dehydration can set in and cause other complications, even death. So it's an important consideration. Usually with respiratory infections, they're not able to keep themselves warm enough. We call this thermoregulation. And you can check this just by holding your guinea pig's ears like this between your fingers. And if they feel cold to your touch, your guinea pig is actually cold. If it feels roughly the same temperature as you, you know that they're doing okay. So with this in mind, you can make their enclosure a whole lot more comfortable by giving them a little warmth pad that you put into there. We use Snuggle Safe heat pads. These you can put into the microwave and they will then stay warm for up to 8 hours when you put them in an enclosure. So very, very helpful items like that. But you can make them feel so much more comfortable. You need to check on them regularly. And if they're not eating, you also need to consider supplement feeding them, which we call critical care feeding. We have a video on that. So I'll link it here in the description below or right now so that you can see that. But go and check it out. The last aspect I wanted to touch on is, should you separate your guinea pig from their friend or not? Now, most people have 2 guinea pigs. There are many of us who have many, many more guinea pigs. But if you have 2 guinea pigs, I would actually suggest that you don't separate them, because the stress of being apart can actually outweigh the risk of contagion being between them. And it's really quite interesting because in situations like that in rescue, we've often found that it doesn't actually recur with the second guinea pig. So as contagious as they can be, it doesn't always occur, but the stress of being separated can be a problem. If your guinea pig is one member of a herd of guinea pigs, then it would be good to actually separate them out where you can treat them, keep a closer eye on them. But both of this honestly revolves around your unique situation and what will suit them the best. So keep this in mind, because separating guinea pigs from other guinea pigs can actually make them more stressed, more vulnerable, their immune system goes down, and then of course, because they're already unwell, it can get worse. So we don't want them. We want them to stay well. Of course, when you do see the vet, mention to them that you have 1, 2, or more guinea pigs that could also fall ill to this. So they may in fact give you a little bit more of the antibiotics necessary to treat them if it comes about. But just flag that to them. Particularly at this time, it's very difficult to get veterinary appointments and to see them, so if they know what the situation is, that can be good. You may also choose to bring them in with you when you do go to see the vet, so they can also be checked. Sometimes they may have an infection on board that you are not hearing just yet, so they may also need treatment. Okay, well, I hope that this has been a quick, short video on how to address respiratory infections so that you can listen for those sounds. I wanted to put this out to help you because there are so many calls and messages that we are receiving flagging that this is a problem right now, so that you can stay on top of it and avoid that occurring with your lovely guinea pigs. Make sure you like and subscribe, and please share us out, because I think this information will help others. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.